Peace, y'all. I'm not even gonna waste any time. I have a message for y'all today. I was just sitting around. I spent a lot of time contemplating my place in the world. And when I say a lot of time, I mean all time. There's not a second where I'm not thinking about or in regards to what my purpose on the world is and what God put me here for. So I was just thinking about different stages in my life, and I feel like, they're actually indicative of stages or permanent states of being for other people that I feel people progress through or get stuck in. So, and this is all in relation to, what someone's calling is, what, God or whatever you refer to God is, the universe, the absolute, so on and so forth, that put us here for. So I basically came up with 4 different kinds of people, or 4 different states people find themselves in. So the first one I conceptualize as the frozen, not the chosen, the opposite of chosen, the frozen. Now, this is a person, they may or may not have a sense of what they're supposed to do, but if they do have a sense of what they're supposed to do, they're too paralyzed by fear, anxiety, worry, uncertainty to actually follow what they believe their calling to be. So they just stay where they are. Or, on the other hand, they might have no idea, but instead of trying to find out, they kind of just stay where they are, and they may coast through life and just, make no progress. But it's like, to put it in mathematical terms, this person stays at a 0. They don't really go forth, they don't go back. No positive, no negative, they just stay where they are. Then, next group of people, number 2, I would say these are the people who are wanderers. They wander for lack of purpose. They're uncertain. And again, they might know what they're supposed to do and just not know how to get there. So they kind of wander and dally and, just go from here to there, not knowing for sure and not really having guidance, perhaps. I've been there as well. I've been in all these spots, like I said. And yeah, this is the person who wanders for lack of purpose. And I want to say this is a large percentage of people. People who kind of just they go with the flow. Again, this has been me for much of my life. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. If somebody said, hey, let's do this, I'd be like, sure, I'm with it. But I didn't really have that many ideas of my own. And, you could go through life like that. It's not really a shameful thing, because at least, you do something. I want to say it tends to be more positive than negative, but it could potentially be negative if you're too suggestible, or you have a specific purpose and you're being steered off your course. So, yeah, there's that, the wanderer. Next, number 3. This is where you really don't want to be. This is the person who thinks they have their calling. They think they have their purpose. And it's the exact wrong thing. This person, they should be a teacher and they might join the military. Or, they might they might have a talent for politics. But instead they want to be a social media, what do you call that, influencer, that dumb shit. And yeah, what I had said before, why I conceptualize it mathematically, this person is negative. They're below 0 because they're not just doing nothing, they're doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think this is the most dangerous, because not only are you being kept from your calling, you're doing the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do most times. So, not good. Don't want to be there. There's way too much people like this in our society, and I want to say this is, accounts for a lot of the problems we have in our society. People doing the opposite of what they're called to do. Next, last, number 4. This is The Chosen. And, you might know the phrase, that verse from the Bible. I forget, it's somewhere in the Gospels. Many are called, few are chosen. This is the person that knows their calling. They know what they're supposed to do. And they do it. They pursue it. That rhymes, bars, nigga. But, they know what they're supposed to do. And they work toward it. And then, they're where they're supposed to be. This is very rare. These are the outliers. These are the people that change the world. These are the Einsteins, the Napoleons, the Jesus Christ, the MLKs, the Tupacs. The people, and they're not necessarily good. They're just doing what they're made to do. You feel me? And that's why I say, someone like Napoleon, someone like Alexander the Great, they were supposed to be doing what they were doing. It might not have seemed to be great for other people, but this was their position, and that's why they were so effective at what they were supposed to do. And through their actions, the course of history is changed. And again, this is where you want to be. You might not get all the way there, or what you achieve in your calling might not necessarily have an effect on society that is immediately felt, or felt at the extent that you would like it to be, but you might just not see it. If you're meant to teach, and you have classes of students. I had a teacher when I was in elementary school. His name was Mr. Gilliam, math teacher. Great guy. All the students loved him, and we're all in our 20s, 30s now. And I saw an old classmate, they posted something about Mr. Gilliam, and everybody was like, "Oh, Mr. Gilliam, that's my guy. He did so much for me. He was so good at teaching math. He was so they all remember him for that." And no one in the world outside our little pocket in Boston know who Mr. Gilliam is. But we all remember him, and he had such a great effect on our lives. And we'll never forget him. And that is so powerful. And that's why I say your purpose doesn't have to be this giant, magnificent, thing that's world renowned. But if it changes lives, period, that's the purpose. I've over the recent years, recent year, I should say, and I've told y'all this, I've become more religious, more in tune with, spirituality and, Christ and God, and, and I get messages of my calling, in my sleep, in my dreams, and what random people say to me. And I remember one dream, and it was very powerful. I heard a voice say, "Feed my sheep. Feed my sheep." And in the context of, the Bible, that means to be a shepherd, and to feed sheep means to teach people. And I remember years ago, 5 or more years, I was at a church, and it's funny, I ended up never going back to this church, but I remember the pastor came and prophesied to me, and he said, "You'll have an avenue to preach the word." And I believed him. There wasn't a doubt in my mind he was telling the truth, but I just had no idea. I was frozen. I was at that stage. I was frozen. I didn't know what to do. I didn't feel like I could like what? I'm supposed to get up on a pulpit? But that's not what he said. He just said, preach the word. That's it. So I'm starting to realize I have certain avenues or platforms, like I have this as a platform, or like my little pockets of people who I talk to, and I could have an effect on their mind and their heart and let them know that, you know, they're loved and they have a purpose, and, you know, they should love other people and they should stay away from things that don't serve them. And yeah, just spread a message of love. And I could do that every day. I don't need to be a super pastor. I don't need to be a super preacher. I never wanted that. I don't think God would want that for me if I didn't want that. Like, we're in tune. Like, you know, Christ dwells within me and me within him. And, you know, we're in tune, and he knows what I can and can't do. And he doesn't want me to do what I can't do. He wants me to do what I can do. You feel me? So all my take home message is, you know your calling. Somewhere deep within you, you know your calling. You feel me? You know what you're supposed to do. But like, there might just be something hampering you. It could be the people around you, it could be your situation, it could just be that you're not listening, you know, properly. So I would say just find your quiet place. Contemplate, meditate, pray, and you'll hear it. You know, God said, my sheep know my voice. When you hear it, you'll know it. You'll know it. You'll absolutely know it. And yeah, man, your dream, your real dream, what you like, once you find it out, like, you'll want nothing else but to follow that. Absolutely nothing else in the world. I guarantee you that. All you want to do is pursue your dream, your real dream. But that being said, I'm not going to hold y'all much longer, man. It's yours. Peace, shalom, love y'all. Have a good day.